webinar on how to create great postcard campaigns. We got into the postcard space a few years back and have now experienced kind of the ups and downs of, hey, what makes direct mail successful or not? We titled this, Why Most Postcard Campaigns Fail Before the First Mailer. Today, I want to walk you through kind of the simplicity of how you build a campaign, from who you target to what you send them and to how often you send. Where I run into agents all the time of where they fail with direct mail is they are usually sending to the wrong people, so they haven't built their list correctly, or they are sending the wrong consistency. And then last but definitely not least, they're not actually delivering messaging and collateral that gets people to convert. So if you have thought about doing direct mail but have never done it, this webinar is for you. If you're doing direct mail today and you just want to improve on it, this webinar is for you as well. Chat in if you are currently sending postcards. I would love to get an idea of how many people are sending postcards right now that are on the webinar. This way we can kind of tailor this for you. And then if you are not sending, you can chat that in that you're not sending as well. So it gives us a feel for everybody on this webinar. Okay, perfect. So direct mail, I think, is still extremely powerful. Direct mail's relative rarity makes it 77% of Americans look forward to opening it. Compare it to just an email with a good open rate just being 17 to 28%. So direct mail is still a great tool. And as the rise of digital is upon us, because we do email marketing for a lot of our clients, as you guys know, we do a lot of social media. But the one thing we find is that direct mail can make a greater impact if you target the right people. This was one of our clients, Joseph. He said, after working with several companies for postcards, I found ReminderMedia to provide the best quality as well as pricing. The support staff was very helpful regarding self-designed postcards through the design platform. It's hard to say how many leads I've gotten, but I would say I have about 7 to 10 new clients. They have also been very, very consistent in the quality and service for the past year. So that is our goal. So let's dive right into the 2 types of campaigns you can really do as a real estate agent successfully to drive results from a direct mail standpoint. The first is geographic farming. So you can do a geographic farm for direct mail, and you can do listings, meaning you want to advertise your just listed or your just sold campaigns. Those are the ones we do the most common for our real estate clients. We want to walk you through today building out kind of a geographic farm and how you look at kind of who you want to target and why you want to go after them. What I have found from a geographic farming standpoint, so Tom Ferry, he's the #1 coach in real estate right now. If you guys know of Tom Ferry, he surveyed his client base and he asked all of his coaching clients, what is the #1 way you generate listings? And what was interesting is #1 was referrals. And that's probably what you guys find is that #1 way to generate listings is through referrals, through repeat business. But the #2 way was through geographic farming. So if you're not familiar with geographic farming is selecting a certain area. Maybe it's the neighborhood you live in. Maybe there's a neighborhood that you want to be the #1 real estate agent in. Maybe it's a zip code that you're in, but you select a geographic area and you target that geographic area with your marketing. But the key to geographic farming is to enter in with the right expectations. Most people enter in with geographic farming with the wrong expectations, and they do not farm long enough to get the results. I remember interviewing on the GSD Mode podcast with Joshua Smith, and he's a top 1% real estate agent out in Arizona. And I asked him the question, I said, how long do I need to farm in order to get return? And he said that the agent going into farming should enter in with a 12-month time horizon at minimum to not expect any return for 12 months. And if you don't go into farming with that type of mindset that I'm willing to go after this farm for at least 12 months, you're entering in with the wrong expectation. Now, we see clients get results way sooner. We see clients get later. But the key with this is entering in with the right expectations. Just like the farmer plants the seed, they water the soil, they prune, they take care of it, and then they reap the harvest. Geographic farming from a marketing standpoint is no different. You've got to be willing to market for a long time to a certain area because you're building a brand. So we're going to walk through building a list. And so if you want to scan this QR code or type in remindermedia.pub/list. So if you want to type in that or scan this QR code, we're going to walk through kind of building a list together. to where you can build an address, and you guys can do this on your own for your own farm that you want to do, but we're going to build a list. Then we're going to go into our interface and show you some of the designs that we're doing. And then we're going to talk about the consistency. So Josh, if you want to share your screen.
Yep, I have a share.
And we can walk people through building this list.
Nice, yeah. So this right here, when you go to that link, you can come to this site and you can see the different types of lists that are available. Most likely, you're going to focus on consumer. New homeowners are new people, are people that have already purchased a home and have moved in. New movers are people that are moving, that have already moved, not necessarily purchased a home, but have moved. And then, of course, we have business too. So there might be some use cases out there, especially for business if you're looking to get into commercial or investments. But we're going to go with consumer list here. Once you choose your consumer list, you have the option to specify geography by state, county, cities, zip codes, streets, carrier routes, radius around an address, probably the most popular because you can start to target in on specific neighborhoods. And then a really powerful tool here, you can actually draw a polygon on a map. So this was driven by requests from our clients that wanted to get even more precise with the geographic targeting. A radius is going to be a circle. The polygon would actually let you draw areas around a neighborhood. Think about it almost like geofencing. If you were geofencing in digital advertising, same sort of idea there with the drawing of a polygon there. So I can go ahead and type in an address here. So I'll just pick our address here in King of Prussia and then show how you can then further refine both the mileage here. So I could change this mileage obviously to get a little tighter. I can change the address and then I can get into the demographics. So demographics, this is where the power of being able to hone in on those homeowners or sellers that you're really looking to target. Length of residence obviously is going to be a big one. People that have been in their home for 3 or more years, maybe 4 or 5, they have some equity probably in their home. Average, for the longest time, the average time people moved was 7 years. I'm not 100% sure what the newest data is, but that's always a popular place to target individuals. You can get into like interests and hobbies, homeowners or renters. So obviously you might want to be targeting renters as well. So that's another option for you for her first-time home buyers, depending on the type of ideal client, obviously that you're going for. And then you have these other options too. You can go single family dwelling unit, right? You can, there is stuff like income in here. That depends on if you're able to target on that. That's something that you have to follow. And then there's some other information in here as well. Once you add all of the demographic data points, and our team can actually walk you through this. So don't sit here thinking, oh no, I have to actually figure out who to market to. Our team will actually, we've done this thousands of times with our real estate clients. So they can actually walk you through the specific data points. We even have some AI in the background that we can generate and work with you and show you kind of like, hey, here's based on the homeowner, the ideal client that you're working towards based on your area. Here's some recommendations that we can give you in terms of building your list. And then what that'll do is that'll give you your list and it'll show you how many records you have available within that mile radius with those data points selected. And then we do have the option of also getting email and phone numbers for you as well. So you can see right here, I have 1,300 total leads available in that 2-mile radius that I put in. I have the option of adding phone. I also have the option of adding email where available.
So the key is when you are looking at your list, a couple things that I would share with you to think about is what is the price point of the home that you want to target? So when you build a farm, one of the great things about farming that you don't get with referrals is referrals you love, but you can't choose the price point that comes to you, right? If Josh is referred to me, I love it because there's a natural trust built in. He's easy to work with, but I don't know if he's shopping for a $150,000 home or a $500,000 home. So if you're out there and going, hey, I need to raise my average price point, like that's what I'm looking to do. Well, farming is a great way to help you do that in the long term, because when you choose your farm, like Josh is showing you here, and you go in, you go, hey, I want to, choose an area where it's $400,000 homes or greater. And those are the homes that I want to target, because now you naturally know, because you're targeting those homes, that's more than likely the type of lead you're going to get, which over time, now you're raising your natural price point because you're targeting a farm area based upon the price point that you want. So that's one way to think about it. The other way to think about farming is when you're selecting an area, I always believe in community farming versus just transactional farming. So the difference is transactional farming is I'm just hitting a bunch of homes from data point standpoint, and I'm trying to brand myself to get a transaction. Community farming is, hey, I want to be the local mayor. I want to be the person in this town that people know, like, and trust. And so think about where you are active. So maybe it's the neighborhood you live in. Maybe there's a neighborhood close to you where it's like you shop in that same area from a grocery store perspective. You go to church in that area. Your kids go to school in that area. You go get coffee. You're part of a gym in that area. So when you're thinking about the area that you select, price point is huge because you want to target the price point that you want. Another thing is huge is, can you be in and about in that community? Because that just enhances your overall brand, because farming's a brand standpoint. Last thing you should look at, we unfortunately don't have this data point here. It's going to be in your MLS, is when you select an area, go to your MLS and see how many sales are happening every year in that area, because that will tell you, and you can run maybe last year and see how many sales happened, or run 2024. And there's two things I would look at. So once you select your area, like Josh has here, go to your MLS, look and go, okay, how many homes sold in this area? That tells me my potential turnover rate. It tells me, okay, if 15 homes, 20 homes are selling a year, well, that's the full market. So you're probably not going to capture 100% of that market. You're not going to get all 20 of those sales. Can you get 30% of those sales? Can you get 35% of those sales? And that will tell you your potential revenue generation that you'll get from farming this area. So if you're thinking, okay, Luke, how many homes should I farm to? How should I choose my farm? Well, start with, what's the price point I want? Where's the community I'm in? And then double check the farm by going, well, do homes actually turn over? Are homes selling in this area? Because you don't want to farm a place where homes aren't selling. So do they sell every year? And then last thing to look at in your MLS is, of the homes that are currently selling in this area that you're looking at, is there one agent that is selling the majority of those homes? And you'll see that by obviously seeing who has the listings, like who's selling the majority of these homes. That agent, if there's an agent that has 35%, 40% market share in the homes that are selling, they're probably farming that same area. Doesn't mean you can't beat them. You can obviously go to head to head and compete, but just you have to walk in with the right expectation, knowing, okay, there's another agent that's built a brand here that I'm up against. So that means I either need to spend more in marketing from a check equity standpoint, where I'm going to have to hit this community more to get my brand in front of this other person's brand, or I'm going to have to spend in sweat equity, where I'm actually going out and door knocking. I'm picking up the phone. I'm calling the people in that area. I'm doing block parties. I'm doing the things to shake hands and do the things that I can do that won't cost me a lot of money, but I got to get my brand out in front of them. So those are a couple things that I would look at and include it with building this list. As I go through and build your list, see how many addresses are available, then go look at your MLS and see what's the turnover rate of this area. That will help you decide, well, homes are actually selling in this area. I actually have potential to actually sell this. Now, when you get on with our marketing coach, they can help point you in the right direction of turnover rate. You can go to your MLS. You can see that. Build your list here, but look at those two things as well. Okay, so let's, for the sake of time, keep moving. Let's go into the interface, Josh, and let's look at the actual postcard campaigns and the different options that they have. So let's start with campaigns from a frequency standpoint. So most people, when they farm, I find that they farm too little to get their brand known. So they might be farming once every quarter or every couple months they're in front of the people. We recommend bare minimum you do one time per month. This comes straight out of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. It's called a 12 direct campaign. So a 12 direct campaign is one mailing a month for 12 straight months. You should see about a 2% conversion on a 12 direct campaign. So for every 50 homes that you farm for 12 straight months, it generates one piece of business for you from what they find. So we have found with our clients that really crush it in farming, they go up even higher than once a month. They usually sit around 2 to 3 times a month. But you're going to be limited probably by your amount of money you can spend. So you're going to have to, your consistency is really key. So bare minimum, think I got to mail 1 time a month. Can you get up to 2 times a month? And that might dictate how many homes that you farm to. I think of Frank Isolde. He's a great client of ours in New Jersey. He has a farm area that he talked to us about on the podcast, Stay Paid. This guy produced about 60 million in volume a year, solo producer out of Westfield, New Jersey. Awesome guy. He farmed about 2 times a month to his farm area. Then I think about Jordan Mott. This guy's a top producer out in Silicon Valley. He has 100,000 people he's farming to now. This is what he was sharing with us on the podcast. And he was hitting them every 3 weeks. He was doing a mailer to them. So obviously, the more touches, the better. If you could hit them every day, well, maybe not every day, maybe it would be perceived the wrong way, but if you could hit them constantly, your brand would be more known. The problem that you're limited by is the money that you have to be able to send out these postcards. So you need to choose the size of the farm to be able to send at least once a month. And that's our 12 direct campaign. In our system, this gets all automated for you. If you don't want to have to sit there and pick a bunch of postcards, Josh, you want to kind of walk them through campaigns?
Yep. So if you already have a ReminderMedia account, you can go into your postcards section underneath direct mail. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a campaign. It will start the campaign setup process and everything. And then what it's going to do, it's going to go ahead and automatically build a 12-month, direct mail campaign with cards that our team have picked out that go along with the specific theme that you have selected. So I have the real estate theme selected. So we have a good mixture of home-related information as well as some timely information in there as well. And then you can come in here and go, we've got a general theme. And then obviously there's some other industries in here, but general would be more of the content, the more like lifestyle type content, more recipes, more general content, whereas real estate is kind of a blend of both. You're then able to also pick when you want your campaign to start and change the frequency. So I'm not sure if the frequency pops up sometimes whenever you share screens, but in this frequency window right now, it has monthly selected. We have pre-built frequencies for bi-weekly, bi-monthly, quarterly, 3 months. And then our most popular for a lot of agents getting starting and wanting to kind of supercharge their farm would be the 8x8 campaign. Nice thing about the 8x8 campaign is you actually get the higher tier pricing for doing, you don't have to do the full 1,000, but you get the 1,000 count pricing because you're essentially sending a postcard once a week for 8 weeks. And this gets you into the homes, gets you known as the trusted real estate agent. And then most of our clients, after doing an 8x8 campaign, they will then go back to a monthly campaign after that. After you have this set, you'll just go through this process here of selecting your recipients. If you already have names uploaded in your ReminderMedia account, this is where you would select those. If you're working with our team and building a list out for you, we have both that demographic data as well as the likely to move data. We can get that list uploaded and cleaned up for you and put in here. And then you simply review and then start your campaign sending after that.
Yeah, love it. Hector, your question, what consistency gets more return? Obviously, the more consistent you are, the better. From what we've seen, a 12 direct campaign on average should produce about a 2% conversion. So every 50 homes, about one deal is what they see from overall return. Every person is different because every person's in a different zone. So usually in a postcard campaign, it depends what industry you're in, but in real estate, you can expect between like a 2 to 5% conversion rate there on the direct mail that you're doing. So let's go to Josh now, the actual designs. If you want to go into designs and show, obviously we have a ton of different templates you can choose from. But we also, what I want to try to do is tie your print also to online so you can get trackability, right? Yep. So you can get leads from the postcards that you're sending out. So we tie landing pages to every postcard that you send out. You get free landing pages included in to your subscription. And so you'll be able to put QR codes on your postcards that we send out for you to be able to track not only who goes to the landing page and fills out the form, but track the actual scan of the postcard. So you
can actually see here, this is one of our agents here, Tim. His last campaign got 6 QR code scanned. So just to give you like an idea of what that would look like.
Yep.
And then if you wanted to edit, right? So this would be the part where if you're in here and you're looking at a campaign and you wanted to swap any of these cards out, you could swap them out for examples that we have in our library. You could also swap them out for custom campaigns. This is the actual card that I was showing you on the QR code scans that Tim literally just sent out. This was a custom design, but the QR code is dynamic. So the QR code actually links to the site that he has linking out to. For this one, it's the 5 biggest mistakes to avoid when selling your home. But because it's linked out to a landing page and it's dynamic for the actual recipient, you'll be able to tell which households scan that QR code because we'll track that at this URL that it's linking to. So pretty simple lead magnet. It's linking out to this item of value, the 5 biggest mistakes to avoid when selling your home. These landing pages you can get through us. So we provide these for free for you in order to, like Luke said, link the digital with the print. So you can go through and pick from a catalog of pre-built landing pages. We have estimated home value landing pages. We have different types of lead magnets and PDFs. We have different landing pages that people can subscribe to your other ReminderMedia marketing if they want to. But the cool part is each one of these, we're going to show you exactly who scanned that QR code. It'll be in your interface. You can either even sign up for text messages and email notifications letting you know that somebody scanned that. And if you don't want to use one of our landing pages, you can use a custom URL. So you can actually do a custom URL and it'll still track the people that scan that QR code.
Yep. So this one, for instance, that Josh is showing, like Tim is on our team. For those who don't know, we have my brother runs Acree Brothers Real Estate team down in Lynchburg, Virginia. So Tim is on our team. He has a farm. I think it's like 1,200 people or so in his farms, 2 different areas. One is the neighborhood he lives in, and another is the neighborhood he wants to be known in. So he sent this to 1,121 people and got 6 people to go to that. So that gives you an idea, kind of like, okay, here are 6 people now Tim can reach out to from that mailing that downloaded thinking of selling. Download your free 5 biggest mistakes to avoid, guide here. So that was one of his latest mailings that went out. That's the idea, is that you guys will be sending out through our platform these items of value, and there's a ton of different options in there, a ton of different landing pages, from want to know what your home's worth to things like this. And then when people scan, now you know who to reach out to. Now you know who to go door knock. Now you know who to pick up the phone and call, but you have that consistency going. Okay, so Brian, does the QR code know which address scanned it? Yes. So we'll know exactly what address scanned it. So you'll be able to see who scanned it. Is it Rachel or Rochelle? I might be pronouncing it wrong, but magazines are $5. What is the price of each postcard? Let me get to pricing for you on that. The magazines are really for your database of core clients, because that's, it's $4.99. These are your VIPs, people you sold homes to, your referral base. The postcards are really for your farming or proof-based cards to your sphere. Is really where we see that, because when we talk about just listed, just sold in a second, we'll share that with you. Leslie, are landing pages branded to us? Yes, they are. So the landing pages will be branded to you. We have a bunch of different template options that you can choose from. Let me share for people the pricing. Let me see if I can get my screen back up. So of course, because we want to encourage you guys to take action and try this out, anybody who orders 400 plus postcards will get 50 free postcards on their first order. You can claim that deal at remindermedia.com/farm now. So we can chat that in the chat for you. So our pricing, so let's imagine you were going to send 500 postcards. The price would be $485 normally for 500 postcards. Then targeted mailing list for buying that list is $45. It's usually 9 cents a record is what we have. And then landing pages are normally $60. For everybody who tries out the postcards, you will get 50 free postcards on your first mailing. So it goes down to $373.50. Your price for your mailing list is only one time, so that's not ongoing. And then your landing pages are free. So your landing pages won't cost you $60 a month. Those will be free, included and ongoing for you. So you'd be looking at $418.50, all shipping, everything like that included. into hitting the 500 homes. If Josh, I'll pull your screen back up. If you want to go back to the postcards and they can see the actual pricing on your page, if you go back to your direct mail dashboard, and then we can show the pricing for people because it's tier based. And ours is all inclusive, right? So there's not shipping on top of it. It's all inclusive there. And so if you can see that right there on the screen, maybe Josh, if you can zoom in just a little bit because it's a little blurry for people. There you go. So you can see here, so 500 postcards, it's 97 cents, shipping included into that. 1,000 postcards, 93 cents, 2,000, 87 cents. So that's the pricing of the postcards right there. Hector, can we use a farm list that is provided by title? Yes, you can. So you can upload your own list into our system and use that list as well. Okay, let's see. Chelsea, I'm just scrolling back up here real quick to see if I missed any questions. Chelsea, how do I see who scanned it? Will I get an alert somehow? You want to show them, Josh, how they see these scans?
So yes, we will notify you in your account manager. We'll actually be able to pass you notifications. If you go into your notification preferences, though, in your ReminderMedia account, you can choose to get email notifications and text message notifications when somebody scans your QR code. And then at any time, you can come into your account and you can actually see who scanned your QR code. And then if you had their phone and email saved in your ReminderMedia account, these would appear here. If you don't have that saved, you should get that updated, or you can obviously reference whatever data that you do have in order to call those individuals. But this will actually show who scanned your QR codes.
Yep. Leslie, there is no fee for uploading your own list. So if you upload your own list, there is no fee for you on there. And then the minimum of postcards is one. Like you can send one. Obviously, we don't usually have people send one. We usually have people send a lot more. We encourage people from a farm standpoint. We like to see farms around 500 homes. I always encourage people, if you're building a farm, the minimums I have seen that work well are really the, at least 250 homes. But you can send one postcard if you want. You see that tier where it's 1 to 250, I think, is the first tier. The sizes of the postcards are 5 by 5 or 5.5 by 8.5 is our normal. And then we have a jumbo size, which is 6 by 11.
Yep.
So those are the two sizes for you. Okay, let me go back.
And sorry, I'm not jumping in with any answers for chat. I can't see chat for some reason, Luke. So.
Oh, no, you're good. Do you mail or do you send to us to mail? So we mail for you. You can have them drop shipped to you, but most of our clients have us mail them for them. Let's see. Will I need to make another account for farming because my ReminderMedia password isn't working? No, Robert, we can reach out to you and bring back your account for you. There's also a reset password should be there under login if you need to reset your password, but we'll note that and we can reach out to you, Robert, and reset. The price for the first tier is $1.15. If you're sending like one, Jessica, it'd be $1.15 for that postcard, shipping included, of course, in that mailed and delivered. And then when you get to 250, you're at $1.05. And then when you get to 500, you're at 97 cents, shipping included in there. Let's see. When a campaign is scheduled, how long until postcards area mailed? How long until the homeowner should receive it? Say schedule for the 5th of each month. That's a great question, Josh. You have, I know it's different a little bit around the country.
Yeah.
But do you have average time to delivery?
Yeah, we mail every day. So we're processing postcards every day. And then typically, if you are, and depending on how much best penetration we have in a particular area, it can be faster, but anywhere between 3 to 8 days. 8 days in like low, population areas that are all the way across the country. We do mail from the East Coast. So that is something to be aware of. But if we have like a lot of postcards going to Southern California or larger populated areas, which we often do, they'll get there a lot quicker. But, I would say if you were mailing on the 5th, you could look at anywhere between the 8th and the 13th of the month for that postcard to be arriving. And we can actually get really granular with this. Like our team has a map, a USPS map, where they can pull it up and show you, oh, based on your location, these are the average delivery time. So we can actually get really specific with your area.
Yep. Can we use regular mail? So regular postage, so media mail, basically, for the postcards. And then, Leslie, you can add your own custom card in the mix. So if you want a custom
these are custom
card,
that you were showing that Tim's using. Yeah.
And if you want our design team to help you out with designing a card, we also have a design team that you can use as well. And then, Barbara, does one size postcard work better than the other sizes? I haven't found that to be true, that one size works better than others. I've seen that jumbo, like the 6x11s, they stand out more. So if you're looking to stand out more and get more mind share, I imagine that the bigger the postcard, the better. That just from my own kind of personal usage experience. But I don't think, I don't have any real stats on, those who send 6x11 get these returns versus those who send, 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. What happens to undeliverable cards? Do you know, Josh, what happens to the undeliverable cards?
They should not be undeliverable. We track our deliverability, and it's incredibly good because of the amount of processing we do ahead of mailing. But if a card is not able to be delivered because it's media mail, they're not going to come back to you. That postcard, the post office is not going to send those back. But we would
get tossed, in other words.
Yeah, we would get notified and we would know that, hey, we need to remove that one from your list. But
yeah, and we do on our side, we're
because of the data that we're using. So
yeah, the U.S. Postal Service doesn't have it for all of their sites. They have it for a lot of their sites, but not all of their sites, which is tracking. So we're able to look and see delivery. So we'll be able to tell if it was delivered or not. It doesn't have it for all zones, but it has it for a majority of zones. We're able to see delivery. Okay, so let's see. How much for design was next from Leslie. So how much for design? So if you're having us design it, what is your fee, Josh, for designing up a postcard?
Anything under 250 postcards would be $99 design fee. Anything above, we will do it for you.
Okay. So free design if you mail above 250. If you mail below 250, then it's $99.99 for that.
Yep.
Thomas, not able to connect to your mailing list creation page. I'm assuming you might be going through the interface, Thomas, trying to grab one of your mailing lists. I'm not positive there.
This interface? Or is he talking about?
I don't know if it's your ReminderMedia interface or if you're on the list builder site, Thomas. You'll have to let us know. Okay. But we can reach out to you and help you with that if for some reason that's struggling for you. That was the one. He was on the list site, Josh, is what he was saying. He was on the list site.
We will get notification of what you were trying to download. If it's not downloading for you, we can absolutely get on with you and help you complete that. I'm not sure why that would not be downloading right now, but I can check that out.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay, let's see if I scroll back up. I think we have answered. Chat in your questions if I've missed one of your questions. I was just trying to go through the chat again here real quick. So Maryland, do they say resident or the owner's name? They will say the owner's name if you have it on when you upload your list, and then ours will have that. If you buy the data, we usually have the owner's name.
Yep.
So awesome. So fantastic. So what I would share with all of you, let me go back to the slides and then the page so you guys can have that order. If you go to, and I think Josh put it in the chat. If
There's
go,
an offers tab, I think, on the chat. And so you should be able to see the clean deal there. That'll link out to this. Yep.
Yep. So I'll chat in remindermedia.com/farm now. If you go here and claim the deal on this page, you will have 50 free postcards on your magazine, on your first mailer. And then what I would share with you is go to this site, put in your info that claims the deal and creates kind of the account on our side. And we can tie that 50 to you. And then our team can reach out to you and do kind of a personalized walkthrough call with you. And that way they can help you build a farm list if you're struggling to buy or build a farm list. And they can help you walk through that data and buying the list. So get on, claim that deal by going to remindermedia.com/farm now. And then we'll get on the phone with you and actually walk you through everything. Marilyn, what is the minimum commitment time? I'm not sure if you mean after claiming the deal. We usually ask people to mail 90 days, within 90 days. And that's just so we don't have to chase you forever. So we ask people when they sign up that they would mail with at least within the 90 days of signing up. But in terms of claiming the deal, go claim the deal. You'll have that deal. Minimum commitment, you don't have to, it's a month-to-month commitment. Sorry, Ken, I read that wrong. But yeah, it's month-to-month. You're not signing a long-term agreement. We do encourage you, if you're going to do farming, do it with the right expectations. That you can't usually farm one time a year and build a great brand within a community. It's kind of obvious, but most people, they farm too little. And so I encourage you, think about farming in terms of one time a month. Try to get it to one time a month if you can afford. If you can't afford one time a month, try quarterly and then do a sweat equity activity in between. So maybe once a quarter, they're getting a mailing piece from you. But then the other months, you're actually out there door knocking or calling on that community, or you're doing other creative things that maybe don't cost you as much money as the mailing if you can't afford to do it one time a month. But one time a month is what we tell people that, hey, minimum, you should be here in order to build that brand. Marilyn, how many mailings and minimum commitment? Just one. So you're not committed. You can literally send out one. You can sign up for a full 12 direct campaign and pay for it in advance, and we can give you some discounting and stuff like that if you want to. But it's just a one-time commitment. The goal of our platform is to make it easy so it's on autopilot for you. So when you get on with our coach, they'll walk you through the campaigns. If you just want to try one mailing, they can do that. Our goal is to set you up with a campaign where your whole 12 months is set up for you. Let's see, Ken, I think that is Marilyn's question. I am a long-term Reminder Media client, 10 years maybe. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate that, brother. It's awesome to have you on. How many mailings and minimum commitment? If I upload my own list, can you provide me with the email and phone number if I only have the address? I don't believe so. Josh, do you know of a way we could do that?
I do not know of a way right now, but I do know that that is exactly what we are trying to get implemented. But I don't think we have a way to get the email and phone number right now. We could use our list builder to replicate, maybe that area. But no, not right now.
Yeah, because we have the
lookups on phone numbers and addresses, but getting the data on reverse lookup on address is not yet.
Yep. So sorry, we were talking over each other there. What we were saying is if you have the phone number, we can do a reverse lookup to find their address, but we don't have the opposite way yet with the service provider that we use, where if we have the address, we can find their phone number. But that's a great one. We will add that to our list. Thanks for asking, Robert. Awesome. Marilyn, if I select certain streets, can you tell me if another agent already mails to them? So Postcards, that's another great question. Postcards is not exclusive like the magazine is. So the magazine is exclusive at the address level. Postcards is not. So we can't tell you if another agent is mailing postcards to those addresses or in our system. So that's a great question. Awesome. Any other questions before we wrap up? Super appreciate you guys joining, all of you staying on this long, all the questions. This is awesome. We'll be in touch, obviously, with most of you to help you get your postcard campaigns out. I would share with you, I apologize about the beginning and all the technical difficulties we went through, but we made it. I appreciate you guys being clients. I appreciate you joining the webinar. Try out, if you're wanting to do farming, grab this deal and get on a phone call with our marketing team. They will walk you through, just like you guys do listing presentations where you're presenting what you can do for somebody. Think of it as a listing presentation where our marketing coach will get on, show you what we can do. You can make a decision if it's best for your business. And if you decide to go through with it, you then claim the 50 free deal or 50 free postcards is on that deal that you do. So awesome. Appreciate you guys. Have a great one.
Thank you, everyone.
ReminderMedia.com/farm now. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.